Good morning, everyone. We are on lesson 76 in our science. We are going to work on a poster today. And so, what I want you to do is just simply sit there and listen and think, use your mind, and we're going to talk about helping the environment. So, my next slide here is totally blank, there's nothing on it. And what I want you to do, I want you to close your eyes and just think and picture this scene that I lay out for you because I'm going to tell you a story. There once was a teacher named Mrs. Stowe who would get up every morning for school, a lot like other people, even yourself, get up and go to the restroom and turn the shower on to take a shower. Well, while she turns the water on, she thinks, it's awful cold, so I'm going to go pour me a cup of coffee. So this whole time while I'm getting my coffee, the water's running. So by the time I get back in there, the water's heated up, I can get in there, shower, it's all good. After I get done with my shower, I get around, like most normal people. Again, most people have to get around. And sometimes Miss Stowe is running late. So as I rush out the door to go get in my vehicle, sometimes I leave the outside light on from the night before. So I get in my vehicle and I drive to Tucumcari. Well, whenever I pull in the parking lot, my mother calls me. So while I sit there with the vehicle running, I'm talking to my mom. And then whenever I get done talking to her, I go in the building and we have class, begin school, right? So throughout the day, we have our normal snack and drink, water bottles and stuff like that. Well, not only Ms. Stowe, but her class, we all just throw away our water bottles. No biggie, right? And then we proceed to go on with the rest of our day, eventually ending our day and going home for the evening again. Now I want you to think about the events that led up to me waking up in the morning, getting ready, going to school, and some different things from snacks. What are some things that could change in my way of life to where I could help the environment? Any idea? Think about that. Now you may open your eyes, and what I have for you, we're going to do a little sequence of events here. So we have 5 different events that occurred throughout the morning, throughout the day, in my day. Who can tell me the very first thing that happened whenever I got up that morning and started to get ready for school? That is correct. I went to the restroom. So went to the restroom is the first thing. The very next thing I did, anyone remember? Started the shower. So that's already in the second spot. All right, what about the third thing that happened during my morning? I ran out the door to go to school. And the fourth, I sat in my vehicle and talked to my mom whenever I got to school. So naturally the last would be the water bottles. Okay, so now that we put those in order, who can tell me, is there anything that happened during my day that I could change? Is anything I'm doing here good for the environment? I mean, I see a lot of toilet paper gathered up here. I see a lot of water running. I see the emissions from my vehicle, not to mention the gas that I'm using while I'm sitting in there with it running. I see electricity being used. Is there anything good for the environment? No, in fact, I see a lot of resources being wasted. So, we have our little friendly Earth here, and Earth Day is coming up. April 22nd is the day of the year when people celebrate Earth Day. The first ever Earth Day was celebrated in 1970. So on Earth Day, people in countries around the world learn about, discuss, and plan ways to help protect the environment. Earlier this year, we learned that the environment includes air, soil, organisms, and water. Earth Day activities help people learn about what they can do to protect the air, water, soil, and organisms. One of the ways people can help protect the environment is by recycling materials. So recycling materials is one of the 3 R's. The other 2, reduce and reuse. Recycle means to collect and process the materials which are thrown away and turn them into new products. Can any of you think of items that can be recycled? Our list provided for us show cans, bottles, cardboard, paper, oil, tires, and batteries. Are there some other items that you could do to help with recycling at school? Sure. There's a lot of things we can gather up at school, such as our water bottles. We can put them in a special collection bin for plastic bottles. Reduce is another way that people can protect the environment. You can reduce the amount of electrical energy you use. Remember in my story I told you about how I ran out the door and left the light on? That's being wasteful of electricity. By it burning all day long, it's not doing anything. There's no purpose to it except I'm being wasteful. So reduce means to make something smaller or to use less, such as electricity, toilet paper, and water. How do you think using less electrical energy helps the environment? We learned just the other day about electricity being a renewable natural resource. Fewer of these natural resources are used to produce electricity, and then there is less pollution from power plants. So what are some things we could do at school to help conserve electrical energy? I know one of the things that comes to my mind is whenever we leave our classroom to go to specials or lunch, we could simply turn off the light switch. We can help the environment by reducing the amount of materials we use. For example, when you wash your hands at school, you can dry them with only 1 paper towel instead of 2. When you take a shower, you can use less water by taking a shorter shower or not turning the water on and leaving it running while you go eat your breakfast or drink a cup of coffee. How do you think reducing the amount of materials we use helps the environment? Once again, fewer natural resources are used. All right, so another way that we can help the environment is to reuse things instead of throwing them away. So the third R is reuse. What is something people reuse instead of throwing it away? Any ideas? How do you think reusing disposable items helps the environment? We said it before, there will be less material in the landfills and fewer natural resources are used to make new products. So what is something in school or at home that you could reuse? We could reuse glass bottles, storage containers, rather than cardboard boxes. On Earth Day, people share ideas about helping the environment. Today, you are going to get your chance to make a poster to help children in our school learn about ways to protect their environment by recycling, reducing, and reusing. The 3 R's. So you are going to get to create a poster, and the title of it will be Help the Environment. You will use 1 sheet of paper. You need to do some pre-planning before you try to do your final draft. And be creative with this poster. Some of the things you would need to know is the 3 R's. You would also need to restate the phrases that they talk about on the Lesson 76 activity, which I'm going to show you. But those 4 items would be ways to help the environment, either reuse, recycle, reduce the use of electricity, or reduce the use of. Be sure that you add additional information about the topic if you wish. And if you are lacking some additional information, you can always do a safe search in DuckDuckGo to find out some more information about ways to help the environment or the 3 R's. You would simply need to type in DuckDuckGo, all lowercase and together, in your web browser, and then in the search item bar, you would just need to type in something about recycling, reusing, helping the environment, and from the choices that show up, choose one and read a little bit on it. Anything that you can find that you would like to add to your poster to give it more meaning and depth will make your poster better and more informative. The Lesson 76 Help the Environment poster instructions are in your Science Google Classroom. You will need to read down through here, and there's also a scoring rubric which will show you how your teacher will grade your final submission. And there's the directions on how to do the poster. If you have any questions, ask your teacher. But like I said, try to be a problem solver, find out some information on your own, and use anything from the last few lessons that we've had to help you do a good job on this project. Good luck.